It is your boy Mad Max, and in today's video, I'm going to be talking about the importance of asserting yourself. Obviously, on this channel, there's a particular focus for those living with physical disabilities, including muscular dystrophy, but I think this advice about asserting yourself can be applied to basically anyone. Before I get into the video, I first want to talk about Maximus Moves, my health and wellness coaching service for others living with physical disabilities. Living with muscular dystrophy myself, I know how hard it is to find purpose and direction in life. Are you held back by self limiting beliefs, thinking you'll never have the social life you want, the love life you want, or thinking fitness is totally out of the question? With my heart, mind, and body method, you will soon realize nothing is holding you back. Think of me as your older brother and accountability partner with a mission to improve your mind, body, and soul. So if you or someone you know is currently living with a physical disability, book a strategy session with me in the description below, and we will create a personalized workout and wellness plan catered to your personal needs to take back control of your life. If you also want to join my private Facebook group for other like-minded individuals who are motivated to take back control of their lives, link is also in the description below. So in this video, I will be talking about the importance of asserting yourself while living with a physical disability. And as I had already said, this advice I think can be applicable to anyone basically. So to begin, I will be reading this James Baldwin quote that I think is particularly relevant. You have to decide who you are and force the world to deal with you, not with its idea of you. So you could be all big talk, but at the end of the day, you have to become a force. And by becoming a force, you are asserting yourself into the world. You are asserting your wants, your needs, and you are conquering what needs to be conquered. And the way to do it is by being assertive. A lot of times we're afraid to be assertive. We're afraid to come off as rude. We're afraid of stepping out of line. But to make anything happen, we have to push for it. We have to assert our will onto the world around us. By being in control of yourself. By saying, nothing is going to stop me. And if you need help, if you need whatever you might need, you reach out and you get it. There's one difference between people that are assertive and people that are not. People that are assertive do it. And that could be with any field, in any area, for that matter. I find that living with a disability, this is particularly relevant in times when you might need help, in times when you need to communicate things that other people might not be aware of. Because most people really don't know what you are going through. And the only way people will know is by speaking up. I used to be that guy that was afraid to speak up with a fear of looking bad or wondering what people might think. And in that people-pleasing mode, I never got what I wanted. And there's certain times when I need extra help. And I used to be so afraid to ask for it. And now I ask for it. I do what I thought was scary. I conquered that fear of mine. Another area that is particularly relevant as someone that's almost 23 is asserting yourself when you're dating, meeting women. I used to be so afraid of shooting my shot and going for it. And now it's no problem, and for the first time, I actually have control over that aspect of my life. And it was from not being afraid to assert yourself. In the context of living with a disability, I think asserting yourself is super, super important. It is super important in anything you do to just go for it. Part of that is being courageous. And I've said before, courage is not the absence of fear. It's doing something regardless, despite that fear that you may have. And granted, it's a skill that you have to learn. As you grow, as you become more confident, it becomes easier and easier. The most important thing to do right now is just doing it, not being afraid. Overcome that fear that you might have. That is the only way that we grow as people, by getting out of our comfort zone, by pushing ourselves a little bit. And it's difficult. I used to find it extremely difficult. And my lesson should be that despite that, you should still do it. So many things are hard, but you need to be confident in yourself. I feel like a lot of times we are in people pleasing mode, and in that respect, we shortchange ourselves. We don't give ourselves permission to fulfill our will onto whatever it is. In a way, assertiveness is giving yourself permission to going for it. Maybe being a little selfish at times, but too many times, personally, I'm the kind of person that puts everyone's needs before myself. And I've learned more and more to not do that and to put myself before others at times, because everyone has certain needs, wants, and desires, and you need to not be afraid to just go for it. Before I continue in this video, I wanted to take this time to talk about supplements. More specifically, supplements I use every day, whether it's creatine monohydrate to give me an extra boost in my workout, whey protein powder for my recovery. I swear by them, and you should add them to your daily workout as well. Living with muscular dystrophy and taking steroids, I also need vitamin D3 to keep my bones strong. On top of that, I use CoQ10 to keep my heart healthy and lion's mane mushroom to keep my mind in check. If you're interested in adding these supplements to your life, links are in the description below. Now back to the video. As I've been going on for the past couple minutes, asserting yourself, not being afraid to put your will out there, to do something, to be true to yourself. In Maslow's hierarchy of needs, the top pinnacle is self-actualization. And by putting your will out there, by asserting yourself, you are one step closer to self-actualization, becoming what you truly are. For years, everyone has been conditioned by society to be a certain way, to think a certain way. And as we grow as adults, it's our responsibility to address that conditioning and become our own person. And asserting yourself is one important step to do that. Asserting yourself while living with a disability is super key. To not being afraid and just go for it. That's all you need to do. And that should be the takeaway of this video. So again, to wrap this up, putting yourself before others at certain instances is super important. People might not know what you're going through, and it's through just doing it and not being afraid of what might happen. That is the one way that we grow as people. And for anyone out there living with a disability, you have to not be afraid. That used to be me, and it got me nowhere. So, if you're living with a disability, or even if you're not, your homework is to just go for it in your life. Go for it in your dating life. Go for it in your social life. Go for it in your career. The worst thing that happens is you're right where you started, and that's not too bad. The best thing that could happen is that you find success, that you finally become in control of your life, and you are one step closer to self-actualization. So please like, comment, and subscribe. But before I go, I first want to bring up the humanitarian crisis continuing to go on in Ukraine. So since the conflict has started, some 4 million people have been displaced by the violence, many fleeing to neighboring countries including Poland, Romania, and Hungary. So what you can do to help these people in their time of need is go to donate at United Way Worldwide, Link is in the description below. United Way is the world's biggest privately funded nonprofit and has set up a relief fund in response to the crisis, providing a lot of these refugees with transportation, shelter, food, and medicine. So again, please donate, even if it's just a couple dollars, to help those in need. So again, thanks for watching. Please comment, subscribe, smash that like button. Until next time, it's your boy Max, over and out.